Hello YouTube, this is Morgan, Airspeed Prime here with my next YouTube video. This is going to be the next in my series of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode reviews, the Nickelodeon version. And this is going to be my review for episode 20, Enemy of My Enemy, which is the 20th episode of season 1. So yeah, I'll just get straight into it. Before that I'll mention, after the review there is going to be a bonus section, and it is going to be to do with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trading card game. So stick around for that, just a brief little thing. Stick around for that if you want. But anyway, into the episode. Episode 20 was good. I actually really enjoyed this one. It's been the best episode I think for a while. Because it really got back to what the show is about. You know, it got back to the Turtles versus the Foot Clan versus the Krang all in the same episode. All three were dealt with, all three interacted with each other, and it really kind of set up things really well for the finale, basically. The coming into the final few episodes, setting up things well, that they're all three of these people are against each other. Again, they haven't mentioned the whole April thing, which is a bit annoying, you know, that like they still haven't got around to like mentioning that whatsoever, and it's been 3-4 episodes by now. So I hope they definitely don't spend too long kind of keeping that back, and they address that soonish. But into more specifics on the episode. Obviously, I think Leo and Karai, I suppose Turtles and Karai relationship was the key part of the episode, and I really liked it in this episode. I think I've spoken in the past about how maybe Karai hasn't been my favourite character, but in this episode I did really like her. I liked what they're doing with her now, that they're doing this thing with her and Leonardo especially, that they both respect each other, but they're both expected to do certain things. So in the previous episode, the previous interaction between them was basically the TC or I episode, where she had helped them get into the lab and she was fighting with them, but then left them at the worst possible moment. And then in this episode she tries to help them, and they're about to help her, but see a chance to take down the Shredder, and she's loyal to the Shredder because Shredder's her father. And that is a interesting concept, because, you know, that puts the kind of heroes kind of in this bad light, that the Turtles kind of turned on Karai when she was trying to do something. That said, it's kind of more of a making it even for the last time thing, and it makes it very interesting going forward in what happens in this episode. And that they do take down the Krang spaceship, but it ends up with Leo nearly killing Shredder, basically, by the ship crashing on top of him, and then Karai jumping in to save him. And this then leads to what basically the episode ending with her doubting Karai. Now, Karai doubting like the Turtles that she can trust them at all, and then Leo doubting himself for what he did to Karai, and then just everyone kind of not in the best frame of mind about this whole situation. Then the looming threat of the Krang over everything. So in that sense, this episode was a huge success in that it worked as an episode and set things up really well going forward. The Krang ship was an odd introduction in this episode, in that kind of out of nowhere there's like the Krang are going to invade the Earth, and then just this one ship appears and just randomly appears, does some stuff throughout the episode, but didn't really make itself that big of a threat, really. You know, it had this kind of laser thing that seemed to kind of do damage, but not really. So that was kind of the only one negative about the episode, really. The spaceship was a threat, but kind of wasn't the most deadly thing we've ever seen in the series. So it was a bit of a weird one, but it definitely worked as a thing to make Karai and the Turtles kind of come together. And obviously the end of the episode, very end of the episode, ends with Shredder basically having one of the Krang brain things, and giving it to Karai. So they have a Krang working for them, they're going to study it or something like that. So the implication seems to be that Shredder is going to have Krang tech now, which is very interesting going forward, to see that he having ignored Karai's interest in the Krang for so long, now very interested in it. It seems after seeing the spaceship, obviously, and again, like as I said, this episode set up a lot of things very well. That's chief among them, I think, as well as the whole Karai Leo relationship going forward. The fight scene at the end, towards the end of the episode, obviously they go to the docks. They're trying to get the missile launcher, and then Leo runs off, which leaves the rest of the turtles kind of unawares. I suppose he was unaware that this was going to happen, but leaves the rest of the turtles to fight Shredder alone. And it was a very interesting fight. I thought the fight was done really well because there's a sense that they were putting up that a little bit of an extra fight. Obviously, Leo's probably one of the best fighters in the group, so him not being there gave the Shredder an advantage. But Raph especially put up a decent fight, I think, against Shredder. But obviously he overpowered them, and definitely Shredder remains a huge threat in the series. Still, obviously, setting up the what we assume is going to happen near the end of the season, maybe Splinter confronting Shredder, and that big vendetta thing coming to pass. That's going to be interesting. In terms of other parts of the episode, there was April had a little part of the episode. They're obviously like, if only we had a Kuno each on our side, and then she's just like, "Hey, I'm here," and then Donatello puts his foot in it again, kind of, but not really, insulting April's skills as a Kuno each, and then kind of, sort of saying that she's beautiful, and then Raph kind of dragging him off, saying just like, don't fight it, I'm helping you," and he really was. Donnie was just digging himself an even bigger hole the more he went on, and yeah, but again, I keep saying this every episode, but like, without going into too much depth, but the turtles as a group together are pretty much perfect. Just their interaction throughout the episode in terms of the little jokes they make and how each of their personalities maybe adds to the joke, is the butt of the joke and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. But I think one of the final things to talk about would just be the Leo Raph kind of issue and how that relates to Karai, in that Raph in the past has wanted to be the leader. He's wanted to disobey Leo and go with his own thing, but he realizes that Leo's the leader for a reason. Leo's better suited to being the leader. But in this episode, he really heavily influenced Leonardo to make certain decisions with regards to Karai. And Leo obviously didn't agree with them. And sorry if you can hear that in the background. Sorry, it's raining really heavily on the windows. So that's what you're hearing. But yeah, anyway, Leo being heavily influenced by Raph. Very interesting because, again, you had this whole thing of Raph no longer wanting to kind of lead the group, but here he's influencing Leonardo, and Leo's kind of listening to him. So it's one of those things where, is it going back on the character development that happened there with the whole leadership thing, or is it just a further development because of Leo's growing interest in Karai? That kind of is a secondary Donatello and April type thing, where he seems to like her and she seems to like him. So I don't really know what they're doing with that, but definitely Leo seems to kind of be thinking a bit more with his heart over his head when it comes to Karai, and the other turtles are obviously helping with that. So it's one of those things where yeah, I don't know whether to like criticize the episode or praise the episode for what it's done, because I haven't really seen like where exactly they're going with that going forward. Because if they go down the road of it just being Raph kind of trying to be the leader again, that's kind of bad for the series. But if they go down the other road where it was Raph realizing that Leo was not in the best frame of mind because he was thinking about Karai and he couldn't really be the leader at that point, that's fine. But yeah, anyway, you know, overall the episode was very, very good, and I liked it. In terms of other parts of the episode, like kind of really struggling to remember it. I think I've definitely covered most of the big parts. You know, I don't really think there's anything else to talk about. Mikey, as usual, had some funny moments. You know, he's the navigation guy on the Shellraiser and made a mistake again. Nice to see the Shellraiser again. So it's definitely cool to see them bringing back a lot of those invention things back, like Shellraiser. Um, and Leo taking Raph's bike, and he's just like, "Hey, that's my thing," and then he says something that Donatello would say, and he's like, "Hey, that's my thing." So again, humor between the brothers is brilliant. But yeah, that's been the review, and yeah, stick around for just I think it's about 4 minutes of bonus kind of content at the end of this, all about the Turtles trading card game, which I've already done a video of. So check that out. Hi again. As promised, here's the bonus part of this review for episode 20. Yep, the main thing is that I didn't really want to do a second video for these cards separately, just because, you know, it'd be a bit really short video, so I'll just add it in here. Anyway, yep, got 3 packs, and then here's the Mikey limited edition card. The Leo one is a lot better, I think. The stats are better. But anyway, that's cool. And then obviously 3 packs. So let's get straight into opening them. Yep. So it's going to be one of those things with this set that I hope they put out some more kind of collector oriented stuff. Like maybe it'd be cool if they put out like a tin that had, you know, some other like limited edition cards or something like that. That'd be cool. So anyway, here we go. Raphael. So with this, that means I have a card of each of the turtles, so that's good. These 4 cards are backwards, but anyway, there's a special shiny Pete the Pigeon Man card, and that is unusual that he has a shiny card for only appearing in the 1 episode. But anyway, another Splinter card. I think I now have all 3 Splinter cards, maybe, except the shiny ones. Another Donatello. I don't think I have this one. Maybe I do. I'm not sure. I know I have that one. And then Fong, that guy from that episode. Let's see. Next pack. Okay, so there is the Turtles as a group. That's a really cool card. 98 across the board, and really nice picture actually on this one. Shredder card, again 98, only 61 mutagen. So it's kind of like these cards are meant to like go against each other, you get the sense. Shredder versus all the turtles. And then what do we have here? Krang Droid card, I think I have this one. Leatherhead, I think I have this one. Chris Bradford as a human, not a Dog Pound. And then Snakewheel, I think I have. So yep, interesting pack, got some nice cards. Still haven't got like one of those ultimate rare ones, but you know, eventually, it's bound to happen. Okay, awkward pack to open, here we go. Michelangelo, pretty good card. That April card, I think I have that one. Spike, awesome. Just so random that he has that. He's probably the worst card in the game, but just the fact that there's a Spike card is pretty amazing. And these 3. So another Leo card, which is great. No, and it's card number 1, so that's cool. Raph, and then Leo. So I must be pretty close to having nearly every Leonardo card in the game after only like a few packs. That's pretty awesome. And then I have at least 1 of each of the turtles, if not 2 of each by now. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I suppose it keeps up the pack ratio that I mentioned. You know, you get a shiny in at least 1 every 4 packs, and I've got like 2 in 6, so that's pretty good. And so yeah, that's been this extra part of the video. Thanks for watching, and I definitely comment on this card game or the review I just did. So thanks for watching. Bye.